Hey, Amazeum families and maker friends, this is Joel Gordon. I'm the Making and Tinkering Manager at the Scott Family Amazeum. And today we are here with Patrick Kinnamon. Patrick, you're with MakerMade CNC.
I am.
You guys just moved to Northwest Arkansas. Tell me a little bit about the company.
We started MakerMade almost 2 years ago now, and just really enjoying it, making some great CNC tools and some 3D printers. So,
can you explain what a CNC does?
Yeah, so CNC machine, that kind of tech applies to 3D printers. It's basically anything that's going to take something like G-code and convert information into either 3D printing something out or milling something out, right? It's technology that applies to all these types of automated making tools. Right. And so this has come down from like the industrial level, and now we're bringing it into the hobbyist level.
You know, a lot of people look at machines like this and they sort of think these are tools for techs, right?
Yeah.
But I see a lot of artists. You have this American flag that's behind you right now.
Yeah, we designed this one. It requires, like I said, a lot of competing skills. So we looked at that process and said, what are the most difficult challenges that people face today, and how do we simplify that process so they can go from inspiration to reality as quickly as possible?
Here's a word that we keep throwing around, makers.
Yeah.
When you say the word makers, what does that make you think about?
A maker to me is somebody who's looking to recapture part of kind of the design or manufacturing process, or really bring their own creativity to it. We get caught up in this consumerist, economy where everything we want, we just go purchase it right away. To some degree, that kind of defeats the point and the enjoyment of the product itself, right? A maker using a CNC, using 3D printers, is recapturing that ownership of that process and really making it more personal that way to them.
One of the things that I really get excited about the maker movement is empowering people to create and invent, be involved in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing a lot to sort of democratize and make that ability more affordable for people.
We started out, I had a unit, Chris didn't have one. He reached out and said, can I get yours? And I said, yeah, why don't you just go buy one though? And he said, well, they're not making them anymore. So we reached out to the original maker and said, look, we both have sourcing experience. Can we take this on? We believe in the mission of this product because it's this open source, to your point, democratized product platform. Come one, come all, enjoy something that is going to create massive things for a low cost, which is a kind of a value proposition that doesn't exist anywhere else in CNC today. So that's how MakerMade really got started. And we've seen the challenges that traditional makers face. So
this desire came out of something that you did when you were little. So what experiences do you have when you were a little kid?
Well, I grew up with a very creative family. So we just do the traditional tinker route and come up with different designs that we'd use his table saw, bandsaw, whatever it was, and make these different projects. So I started getting this real passion for what does it mean to really have an idea and know that you can realistically execute that. It doesn't just have to live up here, right? And so that was a huge part of my inspiration for moving down this path. And I think since high school, I've had a dream of being in a business like this. And that's one part of it. There's the passion side, but then you've got to have the passion with the knowledge combined to bring something like this together. And
we at the Scott Family Amazeum, we have our tinkering hub. Here's a couple of guys who've been lifelong makers and tinkerers, and they've taken that passion for goofing around and messing with things and building things up and learning these skills, and you've turned it into a real business.
Yeah, 100%. I've got sketchbooks and sketchbooks and sketchbooks filled with different just doodles and designs, that some of which were hopefully intended for future products and some of which were just for fun. But really what it gets down to when it comes to tinkering is you're tinkering in part because you found a need, whether it's for you or it's for more people. And just by tinkering, you start to unpack what it is that people want and need, right? So Chris and I played around with the existing Maslow. We changed little things here and there because that's what we wanted. And we go, oh, that would be great for me. And then you start to realize pretty quickly, there's a lot of people who would want something like this, right? And the common pain points that I have, or the common, goals that I have or that we have for a product are pretty universal, right? So that ends up being a really powerful way to learn how to develop products and resources that other people are going to want.
You guys are really involved in that community, and you seem to get a lot of energy out of people who are doing that tinkering and messing around
Oh my
and
gosh.
exploring.
It's so exciting because we get such a kick out of the process. And so to see somebody else take a product that we have developed and love it enough to try and iterate on it is just one of the most rewarding aspects of this whole thing. Seeing somebody get their frame set up and going, I did it, I calibrated, I never thought I could do this. And then 10 other people go, that's perfect for my setup too. That's what I want to do. So, you know, really emboldening and providing resources behind this community proves to be, it can be profitable for us, but that's not really the main goal. The goal is to, again, just carry this mission forward, because ultimately what we want to see is a platform in which these individuals can come here to make and be creative and tinker, but if they really want to, we're going to create every possible opportunity for them to make money doing it as well, right? And that's really where creating an open community and supportive community is going to be so critical. They need to have the confidence and the resources necessary to get that done. Again, making is not just about fitting in this one lane. It's about experiencing all these different avenues and seeing how things work together. And so there's lots of different ways that these two seemingly disparate platforms can really work together. And that's what we really want to create. To your point, it's like an overarching ecosystem with marketplace, tools, and people all coming together to create something really special.
I know there's some exciting things coming up.
So there are, both from a hardware standpoint, a software standpoint, and a platform standpoint. So the hardware, cost, scale, and complexity, we're looking to improve on all facets. Now, on top of that, from a platform standpoint, this is one of the things that I'm personally extremely passionate about, and that is at least half of our makers come on board because they see the opportunity to make a side hustle income. Like maybe I don't have to Uber, maybe I could do something else, or maybe I could make this into a full-time job. And so we are creating a market that will ultimately make it extremely simple for that person to get on there. You don't need to necessarily go market your own business, come up with your own brand name. We're going to give you methods by which you can, as long as you have a M2 or a Amazeum, you can get on here and you can make money manufacturing things with MakerMade. And that's going to be really powerful.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. We're hoping that's going to come out sometime later this year, but there's going to be more details around that. But ultimately, yes, really freeing up these individuals in this community to engage in any way they want, whether it's hobby or really making a full business out of it.
That's amazing. You guys are amazing, and thanks for taking this time with us today and answering our questions, telling us a little bit more about the company. And you guys check out this incredible company right here in Northwest Arkansas, MakerMade CNC. Be proud of the fact that they're here in Northwest Arkansas. Thanks,
appreciate
Patrick.
all the support. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it, Joel.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again soon.